Welcome to our another topic, that three comments made by Supreme Court within the span of 2 days. Let's see what are actually these three comments made by Supreme Court judges. Case 1 is Vantara case, and case 2 is anti-conversion law, and 3 B.R. Gavai's comment on Lord Sri Vishnu and then became a controversy. And then let's talk about these three very nutshell, and just instead of discussing, I'll just show you some pictures. So we know that this is Vantara, a controversy. We know that Supreme Court constitutes a special investigation team to look into Vantara operations. You know, this Vantara is Ambani's son. He started one wildlife conservation center. We know that on August 26, 2025, based on few allegations, that there were some allegations on this Vantara, and the Supreme Court constituted a sit to investigate into this. The major allegations they got is that they are purchasing the wildlife from the different government wildlife, the zoos, and as well as they're doing some money laundering. There is one allegation they faced, that money laundering case, and they also faced that they're buying or importing and exporting the wildlife. These are actually three, and moreover, and as well as environmental issues also, and safety of taking care of this zoo, and all this is a private zoo, and how they're following the norms and all this. These are a few allegations. Someone went to the court. So the Supreme Court constituted a sit. Supreme Court appointed sit, and they have questioned 195 questions for Reliance Vantara. CBI ED may be roped in. This is earlier news. But actually, sit given a clearance yesterday. After visit to Vantara, sit asked around 200 questions about financial transactions and animal transfers. This is one news that read a few days ago. This one allegation is that Ambani family's Vantara Wildlife Park faces scrutiny over animal imports. They are importing animals, and that also became a controversy. And we know that this site, this Vantara site, it is actually 3,500 acres on a former oil refinery site. This is also another allegation on Ambani, that earlier this site is actually a refinery oil site. See, for refinery oil site means that you might have cut too many trees. You might have destroyed the trees and environment for construction of refinery oil. So once you cut the trees, and now you are talking about the environment and zoo, right, wildlife, and so this is to cover up that former oil refinery site. So they started this. This is one, of course, his critics criticized earlier. Modi. Also, we know that this came into light when Narendra Modi ji, he fed lion cubs when he inaugurated this private zoo run by Ambani family. That time, it became a talk of the center because Narendra Modi ji visited there. And the illusion of conservation, how India's largest private zoo raises ethical and environmental concerns. And ethical and environmental issues also were questioned by different critics and environmentalists. So finally, Supreme Court cleared yesterday the Vantara and Jamnagar Center, vindicated. Supreme Court said that we did not find, sit given report that we did not find any wrongdoing in the center. So sit given clearance, and Supreme Court has given judgment that there's nothing wrong done in this Vantara. So no foul play, compelled with all rules. SC clears Reliance Foundation's Vantara in animal acquisition case. So this is actually the case about Vantara. But you know that just in the August they filed case, and sit given report very quickly, and the case judgment also came very quickly. So this is also, we can understand that the big people The rich people will get judgment quickly, and there are many poor people still struggling years and years for judgments, like the small land disputes. Small land disputes, poor people struggling for years, and then within months, Reliance got the judgment from the Supreme Court and sit. Of course, we cannot say anything on Supreme Court because they sit. How quickly sit reacts, sit reports. That's most important. So Chhattisgarh also, they demanded return of the wildlife from Ambani's Vantara. Vantara. Earlier, Chhattisgarh Zoo, they had given this, but when the controversy came and then they asked them to return the Vantara. And we also know that there is an controversy, an elephant that was moved from a government zoo to Vantara. That also became a controversy. So they clean it for Vantara now. Apex Court says sit exhaustive, probe found no violation in law. Complaints closed. This is yesterday Supreme Court said. And this is right, this same thing. So this is about anti-conversion law. The second case Supreme Court came in light is this anti-conversion law. Supreme Court given 4 weeks time to different states to respond on the petitions filed against anti-conversion laws passed by different state governments. So Supreme Court seeks states' responses to applications seeking stay of anti-conversion laws. Here the major allegation that forced conversions are ultimately, it affects national security, it violates citizens' right, freedom. So someone, see, obviously for everything there is allegation. So based on the allegations, government made so many laws, so many states, they made laws. The best example is recently, even Rajasthan has done recently anti-conversion law. Grants bail to a man. Supreme Court recently granted a bail to man under Uttarakhand anti-conversion law in interfaith marriage case. In Uttarakhand, there is one case became controversial, that is interfaith marriage. So the boy Hindu and Muslim got married, and then it became a controversy that it is forcible conversion in the name of marriage. So that became another controversy. So these are major allegations against these anti-conversion bills in 2025. Rajasthan recently they made. So these are major allegations in anti-conversion law in Rajasthan. So first one is the non-bailable conversion without prior information to DM permission. This is district magistrate. Means if someone wants to convert a religion, they should take permission from district collector or district magistrate. Can be a judge, and it can be even collector also comes under DM. Permission is a cognizable, non-bailable offense. If you, without telling to collector or a judge, if you convert, then you're non-bailable offense. See, this how strict law they made about conversion. And inducement, and vague terms they written that inducement and coercion so loosely defined that even normal religious talk can be branded allurement. In normal religious talk also, it comes under inducement and coercion. They did not define properly what is inducement and allurement, and what is inducement, and what is coercion. How do you define that? That there's a forcible, how do you define the forcible? That is most important. Without defining the terms, and recently Andhra Pradesh also, they made an act on social media. They said if you post abusive words on social media, and you will be arrested. And Andhra Pradesh government, they proposed, even Pawan Kalyan has proposed that. Then what does it mean by abuse? What does it mean by abuse, and where it is abuse, and who has to abuse? There are many people will be commenting abusive comments under the videos. They use very vulgar language and the comments. Are they not abuse? And if somebody posts in a social media like Facebook, Twitter, and a video, that is an abuse, but who are commenting below with the double abuses under the comment, under the below post, they are not abused. So that's somewhat, there is something that they need to understand and define properly what is inducement, coercion. So without that, it's very difficult. Many people will be unnecessarily arrested. Hindu reconversion exempted. Here in this law, they exempted Garvapsi. See, that means when a Hindu converts to Christianity, they brought under the anti-conversion law. But Garvapsi, their Hindus will come and they force them to reconvert. So that is also conversion, forcible conversion. That they exempted. They said that means that some Hindu activists can go and force Christians to convert to Hinduism, but that doesn't come under anti-conversion. They exempted that from the Rajasthan bill. So that became a controversy. Then if it is a force to anybody, right? If you are forcing Hindu to convert as a Christian, that is a crime. And then if you force a Christian to convert as Hindu, also crime, right? So, but they exempted in Rajasthan bill, so that became controversy. Sweeping police powers. They are given powers to police. Immediately they can detain, they can seize property, and if they face any anti-conversion law. And women targeted. Interfaith marriages need official clearance. If any Hindu girl, if she likes a Christian or a Muslim, or if she likes a like Jain Parsi, or like a Muslim girl, she likes a Hindu, or she may like Christian, and Christian may like Hindu, Christian, Muslim. So the girl has to take clearance from the court for her love. That is patriarchal control also they included. That means parents has to agree. If intercaste marriages for a girl, parents has to agree, and she has to take clearance before marrying an interfaith marriage. So that's such strict law they made. So if there is a true love then between the two, then it will be a problem for them. Of course, if is there any kind of interfaith marriages only for conversion illegally, that definitely need to control. Fundamental rights, of course, it's breached. There is a religious freedom, privacy, equality, free expression. You can marry anybody if you want. Intercaste, inter-religion marriages need to be encouraged and all. Okay. So these kind of conversion law, recently someone filed a court in the court that Tamil Nadu has to pass this anti-conversion bill. But Tamil Nadu government simply said DMK, of course they will not do DMK government. So they said, no, we are not going to do that. And they told the court that we are opposing such kind of move. But other states did it, right? And this is another problem in the anti-conversion law, is the burden of proof. An accused will have to prove that they did not convert through inducement, allurement, fraud, etc. See, generally, if someone is accusing, someone is alleging that he has done something, that the one who is alleging has to prove that he has done something, right? But in this anti-conversion law, the majority of the states, they said the burden of proof on the accused person. Someone, say for example, I am just walking on the road and someone comes and tell me that, this person tried to forcefully convert and I did not do it. I'm just walking in the road and someone accuses me that I tried to do some forcible conversion. Then immediately police will take me and put in the police station, and then I have to prove that I did not tell. Because I'm just walking in the road, I'm just jogging or maybe walking or maybe going for running in the road, and someone just accused me that with something, that burden is on me to prove that I did not do that. Already they will take the person and put in the jail. For example, if I am in the jail, how do I prove? Someone falsely accuses me that I did forcible conversion, they put me in the jail, I'm in the jail, then how do you prove that I did not do outside? And that is another. So this is actually burden of proof is really, it's looking very burden for the people who face such kind of laws. So the Supreme Court asked the states to respond on this. And moreover, they kept a lot of process after conversion. After conversion, within 30 days, declaration has to be sent to the district magistrate, including date of birth, address, father, husband name, old religion, new religion, conversion process, ID card. Converted person must appear before magistrate within 21 days. District magistrate will call for objections if it is not done earlier. There are objections, inquiry will be done. So much of process for just for conversion into another religion. So this is another one. And there is few states, they made it 10 years imprisonment. Now recently Rajasthan made 20 years imprisonment. Recent case of Rajasthan anti-conversion law, they made 20 years. This is 10 years. What the Rajasthan prohibition, this is also Rajasthan. What the Rajasthan prohibition of unlawful conversion religion says, 10 years proposes to prevent unlawful marriage on account of unlawful conversion, non-bailable, cognizable offence, 25,000, 50,000. Vasundhara government has passed the Rajasthan Religious Freedom Bill in 2008. It, however, was not enacted and returned to the government. It's okay, 2008 already it was done, and then 2025 they're repeating it again. And it's going to be another law against love jihad. This is one kind of love jihad. There are many states earlier they have done that. Madhya Pradesh also done, right? So Supreme Court has asked a few states, asked a question to all these states that who will decide that a religious conversion is deceitful. Asked the Supreme Court to the state to reply to the Supreme Court. You tell that who will decide that a religious conversion is deceitful and whose responsibility is to decide. You give in writing, that's what the Supreme Court asked the states. Then they have to answer that. Then how do you say it is deceitful conversion? How do you say it is forcible conversion? Who will decide that it is forceful or not? That they have to give answer to the Supreme Court. That Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Haryana, Jharkhand, Karnataka. All the states, they made, of course, Rajasthan, it is not there because Rajasthan they made after the some petitioner filed this. So Rajasthan also, now recent statement. So this is another controversy that B.R. Gavai, he made a statement yesterday in a case that someone asked, went to the Supreme Court to reinstall a temple, I think Sri Lord Vishnu temple, and then he went to the court and asked him that the Geological Survey of India, in the premises it was there, and then he went to the court and said that he had to reinstall that. But the B.R. Gavai, he made a statement this and then became a controversy. What he made, go and ask your deity to do something himself. You say you are a staunch devotee of Lord Vishnu, go and pray. This is an archaeological site. ASL will have to grant permission. Sorry, this is the judgment and comment he made, and it became controversy. And B.R. Gavai who was being trolled from yesterday night, and they are trolling him from yesterday night for this comment that B.R. Gavai has hurt the sentiments of religion. So, but actually what he meant to say is that, and he tried to, the council, he tried to argue that this is, God's temple, and we have to respect religious sentiments, and he was talking all these things, and he meant to say that this is the site belongs to ASI, Archaeological Survey of India. And the permission they have to give, that you should not come to the court and go ask your deity to do something himself. You say that you are staunch devotee of Lord Vishnu, you go and pray. That's what he said, but I know they took it wrong meaning and they're trolling him. But earlier we see that many people made such comments, like Justice Mahesh Chandra Sharma, he also made earlier a comment similar to that. He said the cow is a gift of God to the Indian people. Someone went to the court and they said you should make a cow as a national animal, and then the Justice Mahesh Chandra Sharma, he said that cow is a gift of God to the Indian people. That also became a controversy. Then another Justice S.N. Dhingra, he also said earlier, when the two couple went to the court, when they were fighting each other, and he said, why don't you pray together to your God, then the problems will be resolved. He made this statement, right? Justice J.B. Paridwala, he made only God can save you now. And there are multiple occasions where judges talked about it's your fate, like that, right? And Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrasud, he also made pray to God for a solution during Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid judgment he was giving. He said, I pray to God. Justice Shekhar Kumar Yadav, judge, he also said that event organized by Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Okay, Justice Yadav, he made a controversial remark. What he made, I think he made, while not directly made in the courtroom, comments were tied to inhale and exhale oxygen, and the cows will inhale and exhale the oxygen and should be the India's national animal. Okay, that's a statement he made. So these are different statements made by different people, but even Gavai also, he also very casually said that this is a ASI site, so you should take permission from the ASI if even it is a temple. But why don't you pray to your God, then you will do something. That's what he said. That became a controversy, and they're trolling him from yesterday. If I talk, you say that again you are bringing Dalit card and all that. But remember, is a Dalit CJI, and obviously Dalits will be targeted more generally in social media platforms in many occasions. Okay, that's what I mean to say. Thank you. Namaskar.